Tonight's broadcast is made possible by Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Crowell Insurance Company, the insurance superheroes. Ironworkers Local 395, proud to be union. Four Seasons Mechanical, quality and comfort is our guarantee. Boilermakers Local 374, earn while you learn. Pulse Technology, leading the way in technological innovation for over 70 years. Visit Michigan City LaPorte, closer than you think, better than you imagine. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Blythe's Team Sports, where the athlete shops. And Hampton Inn, downtown Indianapolis. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Baseball Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. We come to you tonight from Lake Central High School as the Region Sports Network presents live coverage of Indiana high school baseball as the Munster Mustangs come into town to take on the Lake Central Indians. It's a rivalry renewed. Nothing like it in Northwest Indiana. Michael Brenner here on site, calling all the play-by-play for tonight's action. And joining me with the color analysis is Ron Brenner. Dad, how are you?
It's good to be here.
Always exciting. Always exciting to be here at Lake Central. And, well, we've called a handful of these Munster-Lake Central rivalry games, whether it be on the hardwood or on the diamond. Always a super stellar matchup. Fans get into it. The players get into it. Just means a little something. The records you can throw out in a game like this, they are future sectional potential opponents. They're in the same sectional, but we don't know what that's going to look like until this coming Sunday. But, yeah, this is one of the best rivalries in Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, these kids really know each other. They've played against each other since they were probably 8 or 9 years old, between travel ball, summer ball. You know, they know what each guys can do. You might not see a lot of the big-name pitching today. You don't really want to show your hand for sectionals. You just want to make a good showing. The rest of your team has to play well to give them confidence that, hey, we beat you coming into sectionals.
Yeah, I joked with both coaches. Just, hey, you're not throwing this guy? And no, we're not showing that pitch arsenal quite yet, and understandable because they want to potentially save that, as that's usually the case when these two teams match up. But it's always entertaining, as you mentioned. Yeah, these guys know each other. They play against each other for years and years. But it's a little different when you get to wear the Mustang or the Dream Catcher on your jersey as opposed to your travel ball team, right? Because some of these guys you might travel ball with over the course of a season, but when you put that Mustang and that Dream Catcher on your jersey, there's definitely a little bit more of a, we want to make sure that this gets the win here today.
Yeah, it's a little bit different between high school ball and town ball, where you're wearing a Munster jersey or a Dyer or St. John. This is Lake Central. This is Munster. You're representing the whole town.
Yeah, no question about it. Munster comes in with a record of 13-3 on the year. And pretty impressive resume so far for the Munster Mustangs. Wins against the Chesterton Trojans, who have been looking real good in Duneland Athletic Conference play so far. Wins against everybody you can think of. Some teams in Illinois and in different tournaments and whatnot. Lowell and Griffith just the other night. So 20 to win yesterday against the Griffith Panthers. And so the Munster Mustangs are rolling right now. I started writing up their stats a little bit on the line here in my scorebook, and over 400, over 500, over 400. A lot of really high batting averages with a lot of plate appearances to go along with that.
Yeah, they seem to put the ball in play. I watched this warm up here. They really have really nice footwork when they're fielding the ball. Looks like they have a lot of strong arms in the outfield. They're really athletic. So this is going to be a really good game.
Yeah, Coach Mikolajczyk, definitely a little more pep in his step for this game. I think he has really high hopes for this one here this evening. We'll take a step aside. You are watching Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Get Pulse Technology on your team. Hit a home run with our managed print and copier services, IT and technology solutions, office furniture and design services, office supplies, scoreboards, and AV solutions.
you heard? Strachan-Van was voted Best of the Region 2025 in several categories, including Best Caterer, Deli, Flower Shop, Food and Grocery Delivery, Fried Chicken, Place to Buy Produce, Place to Buy Seafood, Loyalty Program, and Grocery Store. We're proud to be recognized by our community, and we're committed to continuing to deliver the variety, value, and convenience you deserve. See for yourself what it means to be the best when you shop at Strachan-Van.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here along with Ron Brenner as we get set for a matchup in a rivalry that is bar none one of the best in Northwest Indiana, the Munster Mustangs and the Lake Central Indians. We talked about the Mustangs. You know, things a little different over here in St. John than they were just a few years ago. 8-5 through their first 13 matchups so far this year. 4-4 in conference play. And, yeah, I mean, it's not the same powerhouse, dominate everybody every single night kind of mentality, but they're grinding out wins and kind of going through the motions right now.
Yeah, you got some guys that are starting to hit a little bit more. It's still cold. Kids are still trying to feel their way through. It's still early in the season, even though it's just turned May 1st. But I think when the weather warms up, kids will feel a little more comfortable. It's just a rough start when the weather's just cooler.
Yeah, no question about it. And I'm sure they play the likes of teams like Penn and Valpo and Portage and Chester. They haven't played Portage yet, but they played LaPorte. We saw that matchup against LaPorte. It was a really well-pitched game, really strong matchup for the LaPorte Slicers. They held on to win 7-6. So, yeah, just kind of grinding out those wins. A lot of close ball games, even a loss at Valpo, 12-11. So, like, right in these games. So, that's one of the nice things if you're Lake Central, like, hey, we are just a bit off on that one. We'll take a look at our game night forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Your first pitch forecast tonight, a very balmy 48 degrees, partly cloudy skies up ahead. A little bit of wind kicking around out there towards left field, but yeah, we don't. We'll take the 50 temperatures, and that's why they're not starting this one at 7. They're starting at 5, so that way lights can take effect if need be, but at the same time, it's going to be a little chilly around here, so not too bad. That's your game night forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Tonight's batting orders are powered by Great Lakes Sports Hub, where athletes train harder, recover smarter, and compete at their best. Elevate your game at the Hub. We'll take first the Munster Mustangs batting order for you. They'll be the first ones to bat today. Leading off, number 1, Caden Adley, followed by number 13, Manny Guaramato, followed by the number 3 hitter, Donovan Craig, who is hitting incredibly well, 577 on the year. He's also patrolling second base today. The cleanup hitter, Nate Southwell, followed by Nick Crowley, and then Danny Schasberger. And then the bottom of the lineup, Luke Zayela, and then Danny Bevel, along with Hayden Goodwin. Starting pitcher today, Danny Bevel. And we'll take a look at the pitching matchups for you in just a second. We'll give you those numbers for you. But we do have our national anthem at this time. It is time now to introduce our starting pitchers for today, and that means we turn to the Ennigan-Berg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers for today, presented by Ennigan-Berg Exteriors. For the Lake Central Indians, it will be number 9, Owen Kopersinski, the left-hander, on the bump today. So they will send him to the bump with a record of 2-0 with a 3.34 ERA. He hasn't given up a homer in 5 appearances this season. Has pitched 14 2/3 of an inning, giving up 17 hits, 14 runs, only 7 earned, though, which keeps that ERA low. And then he's got a 1-to-1 strikeout-to-walk ratio, 10 walks, 10 strikeouts. Want to keep that walk number low, but that K number high.
Yeah, you got to try to get more strikeouts than walks. Walks in high school will hurt you. You got too many guys that can steal bases, getting the scoring position without having to get a hit. Lake Central proved that against the Slicers just a couple weeks ago. First inning, scored a few runs on some walks and some hit batsmen, got an early lead, and hung on to win.
Well, that sounds like a winning formula to me. And if you need a winning formula, we have one. Region Sports is powered by Pulse Technology, the official toner provider of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. I think even my sports director is impressed on how well I navigated that, weaved that in. It's that teaching degree. Gives you some insight there. First pitch into Caden Adley, the third baseman today, misses for ball 1. He's hitting pretty solidly, 463 on the year, as the next pitch comes upstairs, so 2-0 the count. 5 extra base hits on the year, is driven in 15. Quite a high number for the leadoff hitter to have in a game, as that pitch comes right down Main Street for a strike, 2-1. The count to Adley. If he does get on, he is a threat to steal. He's got 4 stolen bases on the season. Here comes the 2-1 from the lefty as it swings and misses, now 2-2.
Yeah, after getting 2 quick balls, he came back with 2 breaking balls, got them both over, and must feel pretty confident in the cold with his breaking pitch.
So Kopersinski fires away. This one foul, just got a piece of that one as it hits the bricks and ricochets back towards play, but they'll get that back into the umpire. So still 2-2 here as we just get started here. What a fun rivalry between the Mustangs and the Indians on a Friday night. 2-2. Swing, and this is going to be a drop third strike as this one gets away from the catcher Walls. So it is a strikeout, but Adley is going to reach base. And if you're the Mustangs, that's what you want to do.
Yeah, you really got to get down as a catcher and block that so that you can't just get on. You have to find a way to block that. You know the curveball's coming. He's keeping it low. You got to find a way to block it.
First stick, O'Brien and Brower across the outfield from left to right. Sanchez and Robinson on the left side of the infield. Villegas and Tuffedall on the right side. This one is bunted down as Koprzyński will throw to first, and it is in time to get the runner at first base. Really close play, but Koprzyński getting off the mound and making his way over to first base. So a little 1-3 put out over there. Runner does advance to second.
Yeah, Koprzyński made a nice, got it in his glove, made a good pivot, a little bit high of a throw, but he settled himself and got it to the first baseman.
So here comes probably one of the hottest hitters in Northwest Indiana, and that's Donovan Craig. Heck, hitting .577 might be one of the hottest hitters in the whole country. You guys hit 600 here in high school ball. He is 30 hits, 52 at bats. 30 hits on the year already. We're a month in.
Yeah, you can't be unhappy with that. But he started in with 2 breaking balls here, so we'll see.
Yeah, he goes 0 for 2 on the breaking balls so far. So Craig, the second baseman, trying to drive in that first run. It would be his 20th RBI if he can get that run at first in. That's Adley over there at second. Here comes the 0-2. This one comes in, and did it hit the bat or the helmet? It looks like it hit the helmet, so tough way for Koprzyński to come back there. He had him 0-2 on the 2 breaking balls, then comes back and hits Craig right in the dome there. So this will bring up Nate Southwell now.
Yeah, he came back with another breaking pitch. It just didn't bite and just stayed up. Luckily nobody got hurt.
So now runners on first and second with 1 away here in the top of the first. Left-handed hitter Nate Southwell up here now. He's hitting pretty nicely here. .479. He's got 7 extra base hits on the year. This is why he's batting cleanup, Dad. And he's got 5 home runs to go with that 7 extra base hits. I should say 5 of the 7 are long balls.
Yeah, right fielder playing relatively deep, but center fielder not too deep, but it's hard to tell at 400 feet. So
really nice breaking pitch coming in there to Southwell. So for Koprzyński, as long as he can keep that breaking ball where he needs it to and not hit the batter, I mean, it's looking pretty good. Comes back with a little more force to that one. That looked like a fastball there.
A little bit of gas on the outside corner, keeping him guessing. I'd love to see the curveball on the outside here, breaking out for a ball, and see if we can get him to expand the zone for a strikeout here. There's a catcher lining up outside.
So here comes the 0-2.
Fastball.
Yeah, they go with the fastball, but that goes right to the location you were talking about. So now you went outside on that one. Do you come back in with the fastball now?
No, you got him guessing now.
Curveball outside?
I want a curveball coming from the straight over the strike zone outside for a ball and see if he'll expand.
Here's the 0-2 breaking ball. This one chopped foul on the right side. We mentioned Craig had 30 hits. Southwell 31 RBIs on the year with an opportunity standing on second base there.
Well, I'm sure when you're batting fourth and the guy in front of you's got 30 hits, you got a lot of chances to drive him in.
That's fair.
And I'm assuming Donovan Craig's pretty quick.
Here's the 0-2. Fastball missing outside. So I thought they were going to have a little bit of a conference, and umpire saying, nope, can't go out there. Sorry, you got to stay here, son. Sun has broken through the clouds here. Field temperatures, and you just looked outside, you would think, wow, it's gorgeous outside. Then you walk outside. Breaking pitch is lofted in the air down the right field line. It will land fair, but can it be caught? And it cannot as it goes over near the Munster bullpen over there. A lot of foul territory here at Lake Central, but certainly was no question it was going to be foul. It was just a matter of can it be caught.
Yeah, that was another breaking pitch way inside. He was way out in front of that. I'd still like to see a breaking pitch go outside for a ball here.
Lefty-lefty matchup here. Koprzyński will step off, and one thing to know for sure is that as the Munster student section starts to line up, the Lake Central student section starts to line up, these guys will jaw at each other all day. 1-2. Breaking pitch that goes over the head of Southwell. And so now the count evens at 2. So there's at times, Dad, where that breaking pitch looks really, really unhittable. Then times where you're worried about a concussion.
Yeah, he's just releasing it a little bit too high. He needs to follow through more and bring it down. There's a nice pitch.
2-2, swung on and missed. Second strikeout, second out of the inning with 2 on. And now Nick Crowley will come up, the catcher today for the Mustangs. You see his number, and you're thinking, wow, you got somebody batting 400, somebody batting 300, somebody batting 500, 400. He's hitting 283, but you look at the major leagues, like 283, you'll take that all day long.
Yeah, that's a new. I'm getting a nice paycheck at 283.
Yeah, 283. I would love to have that breaking pitch in there for the strike.
So there's the backdoor curveball because you finally have a righty at the plate.
2 on, 2 out, just the top of the first inning. Just getting started here in St. John, Indiana. Another breaking ball that breaks just over the plate. 0-2. He's got it working right now. Times where it's a little errant, but...
Yeah, I'd love to see that fastball on the inside now, to the glove side here.
See where catcher lines up. This one right back up the middle, and they're going to try to get the tag at second, and they will. Villegas able to scoop that one up and gets the runner heading to second base for the force out. So, a little bit of damage in terms of getting guys on, but no damage done on the scoreboard. We go to the bottom of the first inning, and Lake Central coming up. You're watching Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
Sometimes the hardest part of improving your business isn't coming up with a great idea. It's knowing what to do with it. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services is ready to meet all your industrial and commercial construction needs. Whether it's a small build-out or a complete construction project, Chester will design, build, and finance. Our team eliminates multiple contractors, providing you a single point of contact while staying within your budget. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services, turning your ideas into realities.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Lake Central coming up. Leading things off will be the Oklahoma commit, the shortstop Parker Robinson, followed by Keegan O'Brien, and then Braden Walls, the catcher. At the cleanup spot, Jacob Forstick, the left fielder, followed by Tyler Tuffedall, and then Andrew Brower. And then in the designated hitters spot, in the 7th spot in the lineup, Connor Friesma, along with Anthony Sanchez, and then Victor Villegas. Give a little credit to Villegas. Appreciate you and I were very fortunate to be featured in an article here recently in the Times, and thankfully I had forgotten that we were supposed to take that picture, so I hustled back here to get that picture with you, and thankfully Victor was here with his family still, so he was able to grab that picture for us, which we greatly appreciate. Great young man. He's going to be taking his talents to Roosevelt University next season. Really strong arm in the infield. So Parker Robinson will come up. As I mentioned, the Oklahoma commit, again, really strong arm in the infield. Sometimes gets a little too strong from time to time. He does have 5 errors to go on the season, but certainly a guy that they are optimistic about offensively. Hitting pretty well on the air. We'll introduce the second starting pitcher of the night, which means we turn to the Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers for today, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. For the Munster Mustangs, it'll be the right-hander, number 21, Danny Bevel, on the bump today. In 4 appearances this year, 0-1 with a 3.44 ERA. He's given up a couple of long balls in 20 2/3 inning pitched. He's given up 18 hits along with 15 runs, only 10 earned, though. The problem, though, Dad, 14 walks compared to 10 strikeouts.
Yeah, even warming up here, he's thrown quite a few high. Lake Central needs to take their eye here and don't help them out any. You can't, Munster got on with a drop third strike and a hit by pitch. Lake Central has to do the same. You have to wait for your pitch. These guys can drive the ball hard when they want. We got to see it against LaPorte. They're a good put it in play team. So that's how you move station to station.
Lake Central playing yesterday against the Michigan City Wolves over in Michigan City. Had to delay their starts because of recent storms that came through. Won 15-1. So a lot of scoring between these two teams yesterday. We'll see what happens here in this one today as the first pitch into Robinson. Misses for ball one. Yeah, Munster scored 20 yesterday against Griffith. Lake Central 15 yesterday against the Wolves. This one popped up out of play towards the football field for Robinson.
Yeah, but I like to see that from my leadoff batter. Here's a fastball outside. He took it the other way. Didn't try to do too much. Roll it over to short or third for an easy out. Just took where the pitch was given.
Bevel getting the sign from his catcher, Crowley. We'll go over the defensive lineman here in just a moment. Here's the 1-1. This one line, and this will get through for a base hit. Consistent hitting from Parker Robinson. He was coming in hitting .355 on the year. Only one extra base hit. So a singles machine, and that's why he got moved to the top of the lineup. Because if he's going to get on, you want to set the table for the guys that can maybe set a little bit more damage. And another guy that can definitely set the table pretty well is Keegan O'Brien, the Indiana University Kokomo commit. Batting from the left side here, batting .250 on the year.
Yeah, Robinson, just that at bat, the whole at bat, and that's a nice at bat. Put it between first and second on an outside pitch.
O'Brien showing bunt. Bevel a little surprised by it, so he steps off. Want to run through the signs again with his catcher, Crowley. Shows bunt again. Pulls the bat back. It's outside, 1-0. Goodwin, Zalea, Guaramato out in the outfield from left to right. Adley Schasberger on the left side. Craig and Southwell on the right side of the infield. Crowley behind the dish for Bevel. Runner goes. This one popped in the air, and it's on the infield. Robinson will have to go back, and it is caught just to the left of the pitcher's mound by Adley. So P5 on the putout. Robinson was on the move. Robinson with 4 stolen bases on the year. Was thinking one there. Keegan O'Brien can't move the runner over. Braden Walls will try to do that here. Batting .382 on the year.
Yeah, he got a nice jump. It's just that this late in the count, batters can't give up a pitch.
There's one line that's going to be caught right at second base. The throw to first is not in time. All the Munster Mustangs thought that it was there. Guaramato out in right field is just surprised. We got the Region Sports replay here for you, but a nice line out right to Craig.
Yeah, it looked like Craig just couldn't get it out of his glove quick enough. He just didn't get a nice exchange. They had him, but he was definitely safe.
Coach Mikulicek going to go out and check with the umpire. Our umpires today, Kevin Dotto and Mike Mendoza. I believe that is Mendoza out there on the base path. So now Jacob Forstick. .310 on the year, 5 extra base hits. He's driven in 16. Would like to do that. This Lake Central team likes to run. Among the first 4 hitters, 14 stolen bases combined on the year. Runner's going to go down. The throw going to be wide, and it's safe, and it's a stolen base. For Robinson, it'll be his 5th of the year.
Yeah, just a little bit low outside pitch. Catcher had a hard time getting his feet set to make a good throw to second. Threw it on the shortstop side of second base. He had to come back and try to make a tag, just too late.
So let me amend my stat that I just had 15 stolen bases amongst the first 4 hitters in the lineup today for Lake Central. This one line is going to be picked up over at short. Can they throw to first in time? They do, as Schasberger picks that one up. Robinson had to make sure it didn't hit him, but it's a 6-3 putout to end the top of the first. Lake Central gets the hit, though. We go to the second, no score. You're watching Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4, ajobdoneright.com.
You ready? Let's go! Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
Your future starts
here.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. Tonight's batting orders are powered by Great Lakes Sports Hub, where athletes train harder, recover smarter, and compete at their best. Elevate your game at the Hub. Your scheduled hitters for the Munster Mustangs here in the second: Danny Schasberger, Luke Zalea, and then Danny Bevel as well. And I am told that you had a shout-out, Dad, former Lake Central starting pitcher, current member of the Milwaukee Brewers organization, said, Griffin Tobias said, "Hi, Mr. Brandner."
Oh.
That's you.
I thought Mr. Brandner was you when we're here.
I think that's you. 0-2 here to the leadoff hitter, and now good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Danny Schasberger as he'll take a seat on the bench here quickly as Koprzinski quickly working here, and it starts with those breaking balls again.
Yeah, two breaking balls, gets them both over. Now you got him guessing. He's thinking, hey, I just missed two. Is he throwing me another one? And he threw him a heater right on the outside corner. I would assume the backdoor breaking ball here to a righty.
On the ground, Robinson on the move, throw to first, not going to be in time. The quick wheels of Zalea, the center fielder, who's hitting .406 and got the speed, and he's definitely got speed because he's got 7 stolen bases on the year. So Koprzinski's going to have to keep an eye on him over there.
Yeah, just a slow developing play.
Or was that a hit?
Yeah,
you had beat that out.
He just didn't hit it hard enough. You couldn't charge it hard. He just had to range too far to his left and then make an off balance throw to try to get him with the speed that he had.
First pitch strike into Danny Bevel. Starting pitcher today, hitting just under 300. Wants to keep the lineup moving here for the Mustangs. Throw over to first. Nice move by Koprzinski. Those left-handed pitchers, they got such the advantage on those pickoff attempt moves that you don't seem... You feel like you want to say a 4-letter word in the form of balk.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. That's the look I'm getting on your face right now.
That 45-degree rule where they don't have to commit to first, they don't have to commit to the plate. And the ump that should be making that call is standing behind the pitcher.
I was just going to ask you, that's so difficult because in high school, obviously there is a 2-man umpiring crew during the season, and then they'll get to a 3-man crew once you get to sectionals in the tournament, and then you get to state and there's 4, but. Yeah, 2-man crew, and the guy that's got to make that call standing right behind the pitcher.
Yeah, he's trying to see.
You can't really see that 45-degree angle.
Well, he's trying to see how far that front foot goes towards home or goes towards first. The 45 rule is kind of bending it already, but according to the rule book. But
2-2, throw over to first, not in time.
But you'll see the pitchers that actually hold their foot up and hesitate to see if they can see the runner making a move, which...
Well, I guess with the umpire there, and obviously this is nothing against the umpire. This is where he's supposed to be.
Right.
That's just the rotation of how it works. you have kind of a advantage, disadvantage for both teams. For the advantage for Lake Central, you don't see necessarily if he's doing the 45-degree angle. The advantage for Munster is if it's a really close play, umpires far enough away can't see it.
Right.
If it is a close play that maybe you got the tag down quickly enough, but at the same time the umpire's 90 feet away, so he can't see that close play.
And then I think that was the whole thing in the first inning on the try to line out double play.
Payoff pitch here. This one chopped on the ground. It'll be picked up by Robinson, who make the throw across to first. What an arm over there from Robinson at short to get the out at first. 2 away. Runner advances.
Yeah, the line out double play where the base umpire at second base, he's looking straight down. It's hard to tell whether the guy's on the base. Can I ask for help from the home plate umpire? It's hard to get appeals. It's coaching in just regular Little League, Babe Ruth, you really got to be political about the whole thing and to get an umpire to ask. But he definitely made the right call in the first inning.
First pitch into Goodwin, the left fielder today in there for a strike. He's hitting 400 on the year. He's 4 for 10. He's driven in a couple this year. He's got a third RBI standing out there at second base. Second time Munster has had a runner in scoring position today.
Yeah, Koprzinski's looking like he's feeling pretty good. He's getting the ball and throwing it. He's not hesitating. He's getting his sign, and he's making good pitches. You're always going to throw some balls, but
1-1, breaking just low, 2-1.
I think he wanted that.
Certainly looking fairly good, but didn't cross the plate at the knees, just a little low.
Might have broke a little later, and the umpires will tell you it broke around the plate.
That one didn't break as much as he wanted it to, so 3-1 the count. After Goodwin here, we go back to the top of the lineup with Caden Adley waiting on deck, so Brzezinski would rather at the top of the lineup not get a chance to bat here in this inning, as this one poked down the right field line, but it'll get out of play.
That was a nice pitch. Good form, step straight through. I'm looking probably another fastball here.
Good crowd on hand here in St. John. The Munster student section starting to line up against the railing over by the dugout. Same for the Lake Central fans. Always a fun rivalry. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. And down on strikes. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Still no score. You're watching Baseball 9 on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
I was born, raised, started the family, and worked my nearly 30-year career in law enforcement, both as a local police officer and as an ATF agent, all here in Lake County. I promise to lead differently, restore the public's trust in the Sheriff's Department, and to build a world-class police organization that is focused on serving you. In this election, Lake County residents have a different choice, a better way. I'm Jason Gore, and I approve this message.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Tonight's batting lineups are sponsored by Great Lakes Sports Hub, combining world-class facilities, cutting-edge technologies, and community support into one unified platform for athlete development. Your scheduled hitters for Lake Central, the 5, 6, 7 hitters in the lineup. It'll be Tyler Tuffedall, Andrew Brower, and Connor Friesma. Still on the bump, Danny Bevel for the Mustangs as we go to the bottom of the second inning here in St. John. Great facilities here at Lake Central, as we always deal with. Across the way, a little bit of softball action going on. So Lake Central softball, I believe they're playing Lafayette Harrison. Thanks, Chris Hall. Appreciate you. So Tyler Tuffedall leading things off here for the Lake Central Indians. Wants to get a little something cooking here. Bevel says, not on the first pitch, sir.
A little bit off speed. I don't know if that was actually a breaking ball or just a changeup, but it really had him off balance.
For me, that is my fastball. He's going to leave that one alone. Fair enough. Here comes the 0-1. Breaking pitch missing outside this time. Bevel from the windup. Here comes the 1-1. Pitch missing just outside. Maybe a little low as well. 2-1. The count here to tough it all.
Came back with that breaking pitch, just didn't have the feel for it. I'd look for a fastball coming back here, though.
Next pitch comes and misses downstairs, so 3-1 the count here.
He did throw it, though. He threw that fastball, and I would be sitting dead red here if I was to hit her again, so he doesn't want to walk in with a curveball out of the plate.
Comes a 3-1 pitch. This one chopped on the ground just to the left of the mound. Picked up by Schasberger over to first, and it is in time. A couple of sterling plays by both the shortstops in this one so far early on in the game.
Yeah, really nice play there. Charged it hard, came up one-handed, all in one motion, brought it up to his hand and made a nice, strong throw.
So this will bring up Andrew Brower, the right fielder. Brower batting .303 on the year. Awaits a 0-1 from Bevel. Outside, 1-1. Brower, almost a handful of extra base hits on the year. Like to get a big knock here right now to get something going for the Indians at the bottom of the second. Comes a 1-1. This one fouled back toward us. Mike Dewan making all the efforts he can to try to catch that one, but there's a net, there's a window, all the stuff to try to prevent him. Never seen you jump out of a chair that quickly, Mike. Nice job. Don't pull a hammy next time, though. That's 1-2, misses outside, so evens the count at 2 here with one away in the bottom of the second inning.
I'm sure he was just trying to get that foul ball to give it to a kid.
Oh, that's what yeah. Plenty of youngsters over there to his left. He could find one. Comes a 2-2. Popped up this one left side. Getting a lot of foul ground. Adley giving chase, and Adley making the catch in foul territory. This will bring up the designated hitter, Connor Friesma. The left-handed hitter in this Lake Central lineup. And Bevel's first pitch. That's a breaking ball that gets in there for a strike.
Yeah, both pitchers really feeling their curveball here. They got nice tempo. They're keeping the batters off balance.
Here comes the 0-1. Outside. Friesma also a pretty accomplished hockey player as well in his own right. Actually plays for 2 separate teams. Let's mention baseball. Here's a 1-1. That one up just a bit out, just a bit above the glove of Crowley. That'll get the Lake Central student section humming a little bit, you think?
Yeah, just overthrew that. He was trying to pick up a little mile per hour on that fastball.
Comes a 2-1 here to Friesma. Takes it on the outside edge for a strike. So the count evens at 2. Just getting underway here, Lake Central. Sun peeking its way through the clouds. With bright blue skies up ahead as the count runs full. Seen that quite a bit so far in this day for both pitchers. A lot of full counts.
Yeah, a lot of pitches. But they both seem to, when they fall behind like this, come back with a fastball. So we'll see.
Bevel deals the full count pitch, and it's outside, and Vriesma works the walk.
Yeah, still felt comfortable with that breaking pitch. Tried to bring it from the outside right over the outside corner. Just didn't grab enough to get it.
Well, at the Region Sports Network, we don't like downtime, whether it's a championship drive or a baseball night print job. We trust Pulse Technology to keep the toner cartridge full and the process running smoothly. Pulse Technology, a heartbeat from the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Hey, the downtime's over. Good meeting. Anthony Sanchez will dig in here. Batting $167, 2 for 12 on the year. Ironically enough, Dad, the last time he got 2 hits, or his 2 hits for the year, you and I were on the call of that game too.
There we go.
We got a little tie into the shoes over there at second base. Craig wants to make sure that he's tip-top shape in case anything comes his way. Doesn't want to step on any shoelaces. First pitch into Sanchez. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Yeah, he started him with a fastball. I think he was anticipating the curveball that he's thrown to a lot of these first pitch.
Definitely going to potentially have some pop in that bat if you're Anthony Sanchez. Hit 15 home runs back on his 13U season.
They're leaving a big hole between the third base and shortstop, so if he could get one of those curveballs that starts up on the inside corner right over the plate and he could pull it, that's probably where it's going to go on the ground.
Well, they're also setting up outside. That pitch comes inside, but they're setting up outside, so if you can poke it through, there's definitely a big gap between second and first with the first baseman holding the runner on and the second baseman playing shading towards the bag.
Yeah, both middle infielders shading towards the middle, so.
They move over a little bit, a few steps. Pitches upstairs, so 2-1 the count out. But, yeah, if you pitch it outside, he can just kind of hit it off the end of the bat.
Yeah, that's how Robbins started the game.
Take what they give you. Setting up right down the heart of the plate. Here comes the pitch. This one on a line right to third. It is Adley again for his second play of the inning. A line shot, but goes right to the defense. Well scouted by the Munster Mustangs. We go to the second. Still no score. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Meet Scott Miller, a lifelong Northwest Indiana resident. Scott has spent his career serving his community as a teacher, school leader, and superintendent of Hammond schools. Today, he serves as chief of staff for the city of Hammond, helping lead operations and guide decisions that impact local families every day. Known for tackling tough challenges and making responsible, honest decisions, Scott is ready to bring steady leadership to the Lake County Council. Scott Miller, responsible, experienced, ready.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Hey, welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the top of the third inning. Batting lineups are brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub, more than a dome. It'll be the top of the order for the Mustangs, Adley, Guaramato, and Craig. Here to start this third inning. Is that sun really starting to peek through the clouds? Spraying down the sunshine right on the field. Other than the temperature itself, not a better day for baseball or softball. It's not a high sky because there's clouds. Comes the 1-0. Adley takes that just low for a ball. 2-0. Adley patrolling third base over there. As usually happens, the guy that makes a couple of plays in the top half of the inning or the bottom half of the inning then comes up as he chops this one to short. Robinson displaying the arm talent, and this one gets away.
He's out.
He's going to be tagged out. We'll find out what they... Oh, he is tagged out. Did he make a move towards second? Is that what? Okay, so he made a move towards second. We got the replay here for you. He made a move towards second base. We'll see it here as Robinson tries to get the arm over there. And he did make that move towards second base, as you see right there. And because he didn't get back to the bag, if you're a live player at that point. So how would you rule that an error, right? And then just a tag out of the first baseman?
So was that the catcher that went down? And
that's what. So now Coach Mikolajczyk coming to get an explanation as to what happened, and just making sure everybody's on the same page there. So we'll say athlete reaches via the E6 on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely made a motion to go towards second once he saw the ball go past the first baseman. There's a lot of foul territory here, not knowing that there's a player backing up the play.
And to be fair, that's even in professional, that's not a play that can be reviewed or challenged, I believe. That's all at the discretion of the umpire. So that's one thing I imagine when you are a runner at first base, you are taught if you're not going to make a move towards second, like if you're just running through the base, if you want to make a turn, you should make it towards foul territory, right? So that way it doesn't look as if... Because even just that subtle little jab towards second, an umpire can interpret as you making a move there, and you might just be trying to turn around.
Yeah, you should always try to turn around the opposite direction towards foul territory.
Breaking ball in there for a strike. The count goes to 2-1 on Manny Guaramato. Grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. Came in batting .318 on the year, not too shabby. 4 extra base hits. This one on the ground, but a foul ball. So that evens the count at 2. And for Koprzinski, that's kind of where he wants him. He got bailed out by the tag at first base. Started off 2-0 and now gets the count back to where he wants it. Here comes a 2-2. Breaking ball that is lifted in the air and drops into right field for a hit. He's going to make the turnaround first, and he's going to drop anchor about midway through, and he'll scoot his way back to first. But it's a single for Guaramato to get the third inning started.
So now that bad turn really cost him because you'd have first and third here with nobody out.
Yeah, no question. And probably the hottest hitter in baseball right now. Donovan Craig up, the lefty. First pitch into him. Lefty-lefty matchup here.
Yeah, he got ahead of him the first at bat and then hit him.
Yeah, he was up 0-2 on him and then blunked him in the helmet. Break towards first and back in safely is Guaramato. Again, Craig coming in today, batting .577. That pitch comes in, and it's a ball, so 2-0. Of his 30 hits, 6 are extra base hits.
Yeah, so now Craig can sit on a fastball with a 2-0 count and back to first. He's really watching him. Not sure if I want my number 2 batter stealing, though. I like that hole between first and second with the runner on the base.
Only 2 stolen bases on the year, so certainly can steal a base, but not the biggest base-stealing threat. For Munster, the 2 leading candidates would got to be Danny Schasberger and Luke Zalea, who Schasberger with 8 stolen bases, Zalea with 7. That's in there for a strike. 3-1. Wasn't down the heart of the plate, but caught the inside corner. Top of the third, 1 on, 1 out. 3-1 pitch. This one fouled away.
Nice pitch right on the outside corner.
Koprzinski battling here on the bump. He's getting those, he's getting behind on hitters, but he's still working his way back to get somewhat favorable counts. Like, you can work with this one here, and if you don't, you put a guy on, but you can probably throw something nasty because this hitter wants to hit. That's why he's got 30 of them on the year. See what he comes with a 3-2 here. This one lifted in the air, out to left, and this will fall in for a hit. On to second. He goes. And the leadoff and then the lead runner, Guaramato, makes it all the way to third. So it is a double for Craig.
Yeah, he took that outside pitch right into the left center gap, just right where it was hit. Right where it was pitched. Didn't dread it too much. He tries to pull that. He's probably grounding out. So
now Nate Southwell is hitting .479 on the year. So we got a meeting on the mound. Don't forget we got award winners we're going to hand out at the end of this one. We've got Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies are proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball time, and not to mention the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Boilermakers Local 374, earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374, and then, of course, the proud Union Home Play of the Game presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Visit ironworkers395.com. First pitch into Southwell. Swung on and missed for a strike. So 2 on, 1 away here in the top of the third inning in St. John, home of the Lake Central Indians. The 0-1 coming back with a big breaking ball that he swings over the top of 0-2.
Hey, started him off with like an off speed of some sort. Didn't look like it was really a curveball, just an off speed. He came back with a curveball. Lake Central's middle infielders playing back. They're going to give him the run with 1 out.
Runners on first and third. Koprasinski steps off the rubber. Come set. Check second. The 0-2. This one lifted in the air. Out to left. It'll be caught out and left by Forstick. The throw back home or back into the diamond is not going to be in time. And the Munster Mustangs take the lead 1-0 on the sacrifice fly from Southwell. And the Mustangs fired up out there.
Next batter, the catcher, number 9, Nick Crowley.
Craig does not advance. I think I said first and third earlier. Second and third was where they were at. Craig does not advance past second. The throw in cut that off. Played nicely by Lake Central in that situation. You get 2 outs now. Breaking ball that hits the edge for a strike on Crowley, the catcher who reached on a fielder's choice his last time out to retire the first inning.
Yeah, Forsythe got it in right away, got it right to the middle of the infield where the cutoff man can then make the decision.
0-1 breaking ball in there for strike 2. Do you come back with the breaking ball or do you go fastball here?
Fastball away.
Checks on the runner at second. Here's the pitch, and it swung on and missed.
3 curveballs.
His 5th strikeout of the game, and it retires the side. But the Munster Mustangs get on top, 1-0 early on in this one. As we go to the bottom of the third, Munster leads at 1-0. You're watching Baseball 9 on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
And for the Mustangs in the top of the third, unofficial.
Get Pulse technology on your team. Hit a home run with our managed print and copier services, IT and technology solutions, office furniture and design services, office supplies, scoreboards, and AV solutions.
Have you heard? Stratford Manteau was voted Best of the Region 2025 in several categories, including Best Caterer, Deli, Flower Shop, Food and Grocery Delivery, Fried Chicken, Place to Buy Produce, Place to Buy Seafood, Loyalty Program, and Grocery Store. We're proud to be recognized by our community, and we're committed to continuing to deliver the variety, value, and convenience you deserve. See for yourself what it means to be the best when you shop at Stratford Manteau.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here in St. John along with Ron Brenner. We got the sports director, Mike Dewan, in the house with us as well. Our executive producer, Chris Ramirez. Operations manager, Rich Castillo. Coordinating producer, Zach Miller. That's with 2 eyes, by the way. Aaron Svetlin working the camera out there, doing a really great job. I know we got some guys out. We got some guys out in East Chicago tonight as well. In case you're flipping back and forth between Hall of Fame ceremony going on over there in EC. And then we got a good old-fashioned rivalry matchup here in St. John right now. Munster just took the lead 1-0 in the top of the third inning. Lake Central's going to try to counteract that. Batting lineups tonight are brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They are more than a dome. Your scheduled hitters are your 9-1-2 hitters. So that's Victor Villegas, followed by Parker Robinson and Keegan O'Brien.
By the Region Sports Network. This is their YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah, nobody really hitting the ball hard, but, you just need to find some of this green turf that no one's standing on for. Get a hit. Craig's double into the gap was really, really nice, though.
Danny Bevel still on the bump today, or still on the bump here for the Munster Mustangs. It's brought to you by Ennigenberg Exteriors, experienced roofing and siding contractors serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. That's Berg, by the way, with a U. So Victor Villegas lead things off. One of the senior leaders on this Lake Central team. From the first base side of the rubber, first pitch into him is a called strike. Bevel coming at him with the 0-1 here. Breaking ball in there for a called strike, too. Man, breaking ball's wild.
Yeah,
in this one.
Both pitchers seem to be relying highly on the curveball.
Now, because of the temperatures, do you find that odd or right on point?
You don't throw as hard if you're throwing a breaking ball like you will a fastball, so I don't know if the temperature really matters. It's really how you feel the ball. The ball's probably a little bit cold, too. Maybe you can get a better grip than you normally. I never really threw the ball hard, so breaking ball was definitely a go-to pitch.
You weren't breaking the radar gun when you're in your pitching days? This one popped in the air into center. Zalea camps underneath it. He makes the catch for out number 1.
Now batting the shortstop, number 1.
So now we go back to the top of the lineup for Lake Central. Robinson started the game for Lake Central with a single. Would like to do that again. Came in batting .355 on the year. That number is going to tick up just a little bit. Takes that pitch outside for a called strike. Didn't appear that he liked the call. Although I don't know any batter that likes having a strike called on him, whether he knows it or not.
Yeah, that's Lake Central's only hit today so far.
0-1, breaking ball that misses upstairs on Robinson. So evens the count at 1. Yeah, Bevel, after giving up that single, had retired 5 in a row until Connor Friesma drew that walk. Called strike. Now 1-2. Does he come back with the breaking ball here is the question. 1-2. This one fouled away.
He's definitely trying to stay away from him, though. Keeping it outside, make him go the other way. If he gets a hit, he gets a single. If he pulls one down the line or something, could be a double.
That's what we were mentioning when we talk about the hits that Parker Robinson has. He's hitting it for a high average, but only the one extra base hit so far this season. So, he's not slugging, but he's definitely setting the table to try to have other guys drive in runs. Comes to 2-2. This one on the ground, left side. This will be a foul ball down that third base line. Court Trochentrooper over there, standing his ground. He's not moving. Three-time state champion coach. Here's a 2-2. This is going to be a potential drop third strike. The throw to first is going to be high, and it's going to get into right field. Robinson makes the turn around first, and he gets into second. Our second drop third strike that we've seen here this evening. And Robinson anticipating it, staying down that first base line, and making his way now to second on the throw.
So that's a really tough play for the catcher because the ball stayed right at the plate. So you either throw it to the right or the left of the runner. He chose over his head, which then goes over the first baseman's head.
Yeah,
so that's actually going to be a KE2 to get to second base.
Yeah, so the strikeout still recorded, the first of the day for Bevel. But now a runner in scoring position here with one away, and this will bring up Keegan O'Brien. Popped out to third his last time up. But yeah, you go from runner on second base with one out, and theoretically should have had nobody on with 2 outs here in this inning. That's a little different complexion for the Munster Mustangs to deal with. But the corner infielders playing in, the middle infielders playing back. Shortstop just behind the runner at second base. Here's the 1-0 to O'Brien, who misses for 2-0.
You really want your batter to get a good swing at this. He should be looking for a zone, either looking for another curveball or fastball, and if it's not that pitch, let it go.
Comes the 2-0, misses outside, 3-0. So looking to take the base on balls. Question is, do you look for the heater here and do you swing at her to wait for that pitch regardless?
Yeah, no, you got to get runners on. You got to.
Pitch is in there for the strike, 3-1. That's one of the things you take as well. I feel like umpires are more predisposed to calling it a strike no matter what on 3-0, no matter where it's at. Not saying that's what, I mean, it looked pretty good from here, but you're already in your head like, yeah, this is probably going to be right down the middle, right? So I'm just going to call it a strike.
Yeah, it's anything in the vicinity. Well, the batter wants another.
3-1.
The batter wanted
misses
another pitch.
outside, so it's a walk, and now just like that, Lake Central has 2 on with 1 away in this bottom of the third inning. So a solid walk for Keegan O'Brien.
Number 19, Braden.
And now Braden Walls, who had that line out right to Craig, which almost got a double up at first base. Quick meeting on the mound.
Yeah, he's really going to want to turn on one here, though, get it closer down the right field line. I don't think either pitcher can overpower any of these batters. It's not like they're throwing in the upper 80s.
1 run, 3 hits, no errors for Munster. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Lake Central Indians, but trying to do some damage here in the third. Trying to change that 0 to a crooked number. First pitch into Walls, swung on and missed at the breaking ball. So 0-1, and the Mustangs want to get out of this inning unscathed, and that will definitely pump up their team if they can get out of this with no damage done. And now we'll have time called at the plate. So far, a lot of candidates for that Proud Union Home play of the game in this one. We'll see who breaks through as our Crowd Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game and our Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game as well. Here comes an 0-1 to Walls. This one line, and it's going to be caught again by Craig. The throw to first this time is in time. Back-to-back times, Walls lines right to Craig, and this time they are able to double up the runner at first and get the double play. We go to the 4th inning. The Mustangs lead at 1-0. You're watching Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. I forgot to ask Mike DeWine if we have the replay of that double play. Might be a candidate for our Proud Union Home play of the game. Could be a big one for the Munster Mustangs. With that sun beating down on the field, the line out right to the second baseman, Craig. And they get the double up over at first. Huge play for the Mustangs. Definitely firing this team up.
Yeah, the only difference between that one and the first inning is hit a little bit harder, and Craig got it out of the glove really quickly right to first base.
Yeah, that was a big part of that one right there, getting that glove out here. Batting lineups tonight brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. More than a dome. Scheduled hitters here is Schasberger lines one into right, but camping underneath it and making the catch out in right is Brower for out number one.
Now batting center fielder, number 3, Luke.
So now Lucas Zelaya makes his way up. So that batting lineup, the scheduled hitters this inning were Schasberger, Zelaya, and Bevel. Schasberger making out number one. Zelaya now comes here. He had the first hit for the Mustangs in this one. Wasn't the first base runner, but was the first official single. Patrolling center field today. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball missing just outside. Kopersinski deals the 2-0 here. Breaking ball missing for, or I should say the bat missing for strike one. Swinging over the top of that one. Really nice pitches coming in from Kopersinski and Bevel today.
Yeah, I think the batter was definitely looking for something off speed again.
2-0, breaking ball missing upstairs. I'm sorry, 2-1, breaking ball missing upstairs. 3-1. Comes a 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball that is fouled away at the plate, so makes it a full count. Something that we're kind of used to seeing Kopersinski do in this game.
Yeah, both pitchers throwing a lot of pitches.
Likely go to a bullpen session here at some point as that pitch missing outside, and it'll be a base on balls.
Now batting the pitcher, number 21, Danny.
8 now 8 base runners for the Munster Mustangs. That is actually the first base on balls issued by Kopersinski. And we'll have a meeting on the mound. The Region Sports Network, we don't like downtime, whether it's a championship drive or a game night print job. We trust Pulse Technology to keep the toner cartridge full and the process running smoothly. Pulse Technology, the heartbeat of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. I always like to say the heartbeat of the Region Sports Network, our guy Zach Miller as well. Kind of the Swiss Army knife, if you will. The sports director to my left thought I was going to talk about him. No, sir. Still having that meeting, and hopefully an umpire is going to go out there and break that up. Is that frustrating for a home plate umpire? Like, I got to walk all the way out here, break this up, and as soon as I step here, they're going to all break up, and then I got to run back to the plate.
Yeah, you know those coaches time that stuff out.
Oh, yeah, 100%. They're going to talk out here until they make me walk away. So Danny Bevel, the other opposing pitcher today, digs in here, grounded out to short his last time up. Wants to do a little damage here. Breaking ball missing outside, and this one now 1-0 to Bevel with a runner on first, one away. Top of the fourth inning. Getting in the middle stages of this one. That one hits the outside part of the zone. Bevel's like, all right, well, okay. I expect that one when I go out there on the bump later.
Yeah, he's sticking with that backdoor curveball.
Here's a 1-1. Gets it again, 1-2. Bevel doesn't necessarily agree with it, but he's like, well, I'm not going to complain because if you're going to give that, then I want that when I'm on the bump.
Yeah, those pitches both look pretty nice on the outside. That fastball was right there.
1-2. That one doesn't cross the dish, so evens the count at 2. Bevel hitting just under 300 to come into this one today. He's driven in 6 on the year. 2-2. Upstairs runs the count full. So another batter with a full count. Back-to-back batters actually with full count pitches. Here comes the well, no, they're going to throw to first. It's not going to be in time.
Yeah, Kobrzinski held
that
that
rule against deceiving the broadcaster.
He held that a little bit longer to see if that runner, that's going to be a balk.
And they're going to call the balk this time now. So now Zelaya gets that run, or is that runner in scoring position? So big payoff pitch coming here with a runner on second now. Breaking ball that misses outside, and it's going to be a back-to-back walks for Kobrzinski. He hadn't walked one yet. Now he walks back-to-back. So the balk essentially does nothing. And we will have a courtesy runner. And I wasn't able to see the number at first. Number 4 for the Munster Mustangs. So Oliver Swinson running at first. So Hayden Goodwin digs in here, shows bunt, pulls the bat back, pitches high. The throw to first is going to be off into right field. It's a high pitch. Everyone's going to move up 90 feet. They had the play at first. They just overthrew it like Munster did. And now runners at second and third.
Yeah, they had the wheel play on. The second baseman actually came behind the runner. A good throw would have had him.
Breaking pitch in there for a strike on Goodwin. And the nice thing for Kobrzinski is that he is getting these outside calls. They're just crossing the plate. 1-1 the count on Goodwin. This one lined into left, and it'll be caught out in left by Forestick. Here's the throw to the plate, but they're going to keep the runner at third. Really nice play by Lake Central. Forestick out and left with a rope into the infield. And Mikolajczyk didn't feel comfortable sending his runner.
Number 1, Caden Adley.
Yeah, Forsythe did get it. He was coming in with his momentum. Nice, strong, low throw. Didn't need a cutoff.
Breaking ball now lifted in the air to left. Forestick camps underneath it and makes the catch. And now Lake Central able to capitalize with no damage done in the inning despite the error. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Lake Central coming up. You're watching Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network. Bottom of the fourth inning. Lake Central able to get out of a two-base runner jam in the fourth, like Munster did in the bottom of the third, after an error that was made by the catcher going out to throw and trying to throw to first base, and they throw it out into right field. Like Munster trying to get a real advantage going. They had runners on second and third with just the one out, and then a couple of fly balls out to the left helped the Indians out.
Yeah, trying to take advantage of the two walks. And then move them up on a bad throw to first base, trying to get behind the runner, and
as we usually
couldn't score.
And as we usually see it, whoever makes the nice plays at the other end of the inning usually will come up to bat at some point in the next part of the inning. So batting lineups tonight brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They are more than a dome. Scheduled hitters for Lake Central. Check out Forstick, Tyler Tuffedall, and Andrew Brower. Forstick is the one who made those catches out and left, and the nice thing for him is that he's got his back to the sun. That sun in left field beaming right into the field. So got to be a little bit of a problem for the hitters somewhat.
Yeah, they're looking straight ahead, so they don't have it as much. It's not as bad as it is going to be for the first baseman. If you hit a ground ball to the right of shortstop or right at third, that first baseman's going to be looking into the sun.
And it's beaming right into the press box as well, but we'll take it. Comes the 2-0, and this one is going to be hit foul on that left side. Now, a day like this, where the temperatures are not nearly as high as you would want them for a normal baseball game, we're just below 50 degrees here. Haven't seen too many pitchers coming inside. Did you normally want to go inside on the hitters a little bit, jam them a little bit, and sting those hands, make it almost impossible to get hits?
Yes, you got to remember
old school.
That's old school. When I played, you still had wood bats. So now they got the aluminum bats with the rubber handles.
Were they actually bats, or were they just logs that you guys just kind of, like Bam Bam or something?
Tree, and you whittled it down. And
3-1. This one popped in the air into left, and this will be caught out in left by Goodwin.
That really hung up there for quite a while. I didn't think it was hit that well. I thought it was going to fall short.
That's left fielder on left fielder crime right there. Tyler Tuffedall makes his way to the dish. First pitch into him. Skips in there on the turf. Bevel ready. Gets the sign he wants. Kicks and fires the 1-0. This one on the ground, but it's foul near the Munster dugout. Coach Novosel over there, he was ready for it. He was ready for the ricochet out there. Comes the 1-1. Get on the ground.
He's timing these up pretty well. I'd like to see another good swing here, though. But Bevel really keeping him off balance. Curveball away again here coming. Fastball.
Fastball away, and now evens the count at 2 with Brower awaiting on deck and Connor Friesma in the hole. Can hear the chirping going on for either side. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball missing upstairs. Bevel kind of perplexed. Just high. The call, though. So runs the count full, like we've seen a handful of times, more than a handful of times in this one. Here comes the payoff pitch. Drops low, and it's going to be ball 4. So Tuffedall works a nice at bat, works his way on to first base.
Now batting right fielder.
Third walk of the game issued by Bevel. Now Andrew Brower is hitting over 300 coming into today. He's got 4 extra base hits. Wouldn't mind seeing a rocket right here. Bevel has different thoughts, though. First pitch. This one skips and hits towards the backstop, and this will advance tough at all. So a wild pitch.
Bounced short of the plate, or catcher just couldn't get in front of it.
So now a good opportunity here for Lake Central. Runner in scoring position.
Crowley's done a really nice job back there. So
it's been tough at times, no question, but both catchers have had to work really hard in this one. With all the breaking pitches. Comes the 1-0. Missing outside. Tough it all. Will scamper back to second base. Lake Central trying to finally get on the board here this inning. Munster Mustangs want to keep them right where they're at, though. Comes the 2-0. This one lined into center. This will drop in for a hit. They are going to hold the runner at third. Nobody standing at first, so can hold his way off the bag as much as he wants, but it's a single here for Brower, second of the game for the Indians.
Number 13, Connor Friesen.
And now you got runners on the corners with one away. And Friesma, who worked a base on balls his last time up, would like to really just deposit one as far as he can and keep it off the ground.
Yeah, with one out, even if you do make an out, it needs to be productive. You need to have something where you can to drive it, or
we'll have a meeting on the mound here, and Lake Central runners will also have a meeting with Coach Schwartzentruber. I don't believe we'll have a pitching change yet, but we do have action in the Munster bullpen. We'll get that number for you here in just a moment. May have had some action in the Lake Central bullpen as well, but he may be done for the evening. I believe the Munster pitcher warming up is really just getting up, so because he just kind of seems to be throwing hard and not like really pinpoint accuracy here.
Yeah, it looked like he was still just playing catch to get
warm
loose.
The arm up. I can tell you, it looks like it's going to be a single digit. So we'll see. I didn't see any changes come out, but we'll find out as Friesma digs in from the left side. First pitch into him is outside for a ball. I mentioned Friesma worked a nice base on balls his last time up. That one in there for a strike this time. Getting runners on the corner, only one away here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Lake Central trying to scoot one across here, across home plate to get their run, their tying run. Runner goes at first, and it's going to be a short roller to the first or to the second baseman, who throws to first in time, and runner's going to get down to third. One run is in. Lake Central ties it. What a great offensive running play for Lake Central. Runner was breaking on the pitch, gets all the way to third. They get the slow roller out to second, over to first in time. So Friesma does his job and gets the RBI, and the game-tying run comes across.
That's what we talked about, productive outs. If you got guys in scoring position, you have to be able to put the ball in play, make them make a defensive play.
So now Anthony Sanchez takes a strike. Yeah, it just seemed like everybody on the field was in motion at that point.
Yeah, just slow roller. Great read by the runner at first to know that he's not going to second with it, and just kept on running to third.
Next pitch into Sanchez is a strike. He's probably asking a question or two. He's like, hey, where'd you have that? Some batters will ask, okay, is that the border? Is that the edge, or would you still give it a little bit? So sometimes when guys are asking umpires, they're not necessarily complaining about the call. They're trying to get a sense of, okay, was that the edge, or would you still go further out? 0-2, swing and a miss, drop third strike, ball gets away, and they say he can't advance. Did he touch the ball? Hey, there was nobody at first, so why would he not, unless he touched the ball? Is that what they're going to argue?
Then it would have been foul if it hit him in the batter's box.
Well, did he hit it once he left the batter's box? And Mike Schwarzentrooper doesn't seem to enjoy or he's playing with his glasses. Well, he's not going to enjoy any call. But, yeah, they're going to – okay. He was playing with his glasses, though, because he seemed to be in a state of bewilderment a little bit. But we're going to step aside. You're watching Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. Happy to have you along with us on a Friday evening. Hope this would be a good night to be wrapped up in a blanket around a bonfire or something, maybe eating some chili or something outside, listening to a nice baseball game.
Yeah, it's not too cold. You could be wrapped up nicely to.
First pitch into Manny Guaramato. Swung back for a strike. Was not able to see that number for the player warming up for Munster, but we'll see what happens going forward. Still Owen Kopersinski. Okay, in your situation here, these are sectional opponents. They don't want to show each other their best hands. Keep that under wraps until, not that these guys already don't know and have video and stuff on the best players out there. It's a called strike on Guaramato, so 1-2 the count now on him.
Yeah, it seems like he has a better feel, the lefty to the righty batter, the outside breaking back over the outside corner.
Swung on and missed, strike three.
Nice fastball.
Strikeout number 6 for Kopersinski. That's what, to me, and I get to an extent why it still happens. It just happens in this rivalry. The starting pitcher is not, maybe the guy that is going to be the starting pitcher for your sectional opener. But because there's so much technology out there and so many videos and guys that go to showcases and whatnot, that there's footage out there. But at the same time, until you see it live, it's different. So, you don't see it. But these guys have probably played in travel ball as well. So I've probably seen these pitchers at other various times in their career.
Yeah.
So they already know what the pitches look like, but there's a little old school mentality to it.
Yeah, it's not like your second or third or even fourth pitcher for either one of these teams is not a good pitcher.
No, correct. We're seeing a pretty good pitching matchup here. Obviously, it's a 1-1 ball game. We've seen some dazzling defensive plays, but really the story has been Danny Bevel and Owen Kopersinski. 2-1 on Craig, misses outside, and when we say the story's been them, yeah, they've been able to get out of some jams and force some ground balls and some outs, but a lot of pitches being thrown between the two. Comes the 3-1 on the ground, left side, picked up over at third by Sanchez, and they get the out.
That was a really nice play. Third baseman goes down to one knee, stays in front of it. It was hit right at him, but he didn't panic. Fielded cleanly, got up, made a good, strong throw to first base. Craig really, really quick.
First baseman, number
This will bring up Nate Southwell now for the Mustangs. He hit the sacrifice fly for the Mustangs to bring in their only run so far. Does have 5 home runs on the year. Probably wouldn't mind driving one out to get the second RBI of the game. Breaking ball missing upstairs from Kopersinski. Two away here on the top of the 5th inning, and we're in the middle stages here, but also getting kind of late in this one. On the ground, fouled on the first base line. Munster with 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. Lake Central with a run and 2 hits with 2 errors. This one popped in the air. O'Brien charging in. He will make the catch to retire the side. First time tonight. Munster goes 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Lake Central coming up. You're watching Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
Sometimes the hardest part of improving your business isn't coming up with a great idea. It's knowing what to do with it. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services is ready to meet all your industrial and commercial construction needs. Whether it's a small build-out or a complete construction project, Chester will design, build, and finance. Our team eliminates multiple contractors, providing you a single point of contact while staying within your budget. Chester Inc. Architectural and Construction Services, turning your ideas into realities.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. Happy to have you with us on a Friday evening. All tied at 1, and we wouldn't have it any other way in a rivalry matchup between the Mustangs and the Indians. A lot of pride on the line here. Bevel's still on the bump for the Mustangs, which is sounding like a winning formula, and you know, Region Sports has got a winning formula. We've got Pulse Technology, the official toner provider of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Give you those scheduled hitters here just a moment.
Yeah, we're going to start with a 9, go back to the top, but both pitchers are keeping the batters off balance. That was the first 1-2-3 inning for either team, so.
Lineups brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They are more than a dome, so as you mentioned, 9-1-2. We did that for the second time now. We did that back in the 3rd inning. Now we do it here in the bottom of the 5th, so Victor Villegas, along with Parker Robinson and then Keegan O'Brien. Home plate umpire ready. Catcher will get down into the squat. And Victor will dig in with Danny on the bump from the windup. Stands on the first base side there as he moves and gets the first pitch in there for a strike. Anyway, there's nothing like the subtleties of baseball, the little meticulous things that you get to talk about. The 0-1 in there for a strike. You know, basketball, everybody kind of knows, okay, the guy's got the jersey, the shirt tucked in, you know, whatever shoes. But with baseball, like, do they have their pants, you know, at the knees or rolled all the way down? The new look there. I like the old school where you even got to show the socks and the stirrups and all that.
And you had the guys that wanted that umpire to definitely see where their knees were. They pulled their pants up even above the knee.
There you go.
He's really crowding the plate here. So,
high school does that a lot more than 1-2. They're just not as nervous about getting hurt. In the hole at short and over to first with the extension over there, Southwell from Schasberger. Really nice play, 6-3 on the putout. That thing was deep in the hole at short, and we've got the region replay here for you with Southwell really stretching out to get that one. Nice play here in the bottom of the fifth.
Yeah, he went to his right, gathered the ball in, made a good, strong throw, had his feet gathered. That's the key. To get a good throw off, you have to be gathered. That's
first pitch into Robinson. Misses for ball one. Robinson 1 for 2 on the day, but he has reached both times. We'll explain how in a second. As Bevel gets the sign he wants. Here comes the 1-0. Upstairs, 2-0. Yeah, he singled back in the first. We're talking about Parker Robinson here. Singled back in the first, but had a strikeout in the third, but was able to still get the first on the drop third strike.
Yeah, the ball came straight down. The catcher had a hard time to find it right off the bat. And then when he did find it, he realized that the runner was right in the line of throwing, threw it over the runner, over the first baseman's head, out to right field. Just didn't have a good angle at the first baseman.
Comes the 3-0, and that's in. Oh, they called it a strike. Kind of a late call there. Parker Robinson a little frustrated. Of course, then when you talk about the subtleties of the outfits of the players and how they're wearing everything, then you got, as the kids say, the drip that goes along with it. All the armbands and the ankle bands. As this one lifted out towards right, and this will fall in, and this will be missed out there by Guaramato and roll all the way to the wall. Parker Robinson on his horse. Brown in second, heading for third. They're going to send him all the way home. Here's the relay to the plate, and it is in time. They got him. The Munster Mustangs get the out at home. Parker Robinson out at the plate. Got the replay for you. And the home plate umpire punches out Parker Robinson. So 2 outs here in the 5th inning. That'll pump up the Munster fan base. No question here as Keegan O'Brien will step in. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Well, that's certainly going to be a candidate for one of our awards here. Depending on how this game plays out, that's a strike for O'Brien, who is 0 for 1. Drew the base on balls back in the third. Wants to try to get something going here with 2 outs for Lake Central. Here's the 0-2. And that's called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. And just like that, Lake Central goes 1-2-3 for the first time tonight. So the 5th inning saw both teams go 1-2-3 in order. We go to the 6th. It's getting late. It's a tied game. You're watching Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4, ajobdoneright.com.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
Your future starts
here.
Let's take a look at that play at the plate one more time. Parker Robinson was on his horse, making his way around the base path. Meanwhile, out in right field, they're going to start a relay to the plate. 9-3 and then 2. Ball beats him. Does he get in? We'll let you be the decision maker. Umpire had his decision, and he said out. So now we go to the top of the 6th inning, and we are getting late in this one. Again, if you're just joining us, high school baseball, only 7 innings. And we're knotted up at 1 right now. Nick Crowley, Danny Schasberger, and Luke Zalea, your scheduled hitters. That's brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. They're more than a dome. Koprzinski fires and gives the first pitch to Crowley, and it misses 4-1. Always something in this rivalry between Lake Central and Munster. We saw a few years ago a relay home from left field that got a runner out at home.
Yeah, that was Denham Cozy way back in the day.
Yeah, Denham Cozy making the nice play out at third base, or making the play out in left field. This time it was from right field, and it only got to be that way. That's why, I mean, Guaramato was going out for it, wasn't going to come up to it, and a swing and a miss there. So 1-2. So Guaramato, who was going all out for the play, missed it, it rolled to the wall, and it set up a play perfectly at the plate to Crowley. On the ground, Robinson this time gathers, throws over to first, and gets the out at first base. This will bring up Danny Schasberger here now. 347 on the season.
Yeah, when that ball was hit, I definitely was thinking inside the park home run.
Yeah, you were signaling it right off the bat.
Right fielder running in, can't get in front of it, tried to make the catch. When it gets by you on this turf, it rolls for a long ways.
Schasberger 0 for 2. On the ground to second, over to first, and Villegas making his first play of the day. He's saying, hey, I can make plays too. It's not just Parker out there. He's got a pretty good arm over at second base. You know, Victor out there at second base, you would like this, Dad. He's a pretty good pickleball player, he says.
Oh.
I don't know if he can go toe-to-toe with you, but... See, he's not retired. He's got to go to school all day. You're living those retirement years playing a little pickleball with Mom.
Yeah. Getting too old to play tennis.
Fair enough. This
Another
one,
high bouncer.
High bouncer to Robinson, who gets it across the diamond. And they're going to say safe, and that Tuffedo was off the bag. They're going to say Tuffedo was off the bag. He can't believe it. Koprzinski's frustrated because he thought he got another 1-2-3.
So I'm not sure if you're going to have to give the error to the shortstop for pulling him off the bag.
Well, we'll call it an error regardless. For Lake Central, I believe that's their third of the game. Koprzinski had retired 7 in a row until then. Could have been 8. Now this brings up Danny Bevel. I don't know, who do you want to give that to, short or first?
Well, you can't give it to the first baseman. He's just trying to catch the ball, so he would have had to been pulled wide by the throw. Unless he just came off the bag prematurely.
See what they rule on Game Changer in a moment. 2-0 the count here on Bevel. Because I thought the throw was pretty much right to him. Granted, I have the sun beaming right into my face, so I
have a beam in my way here, but looked like a good throw.
We can see the field. We promise. We see most of it. 2-1 the count here to Bevel. This one on the ground. This one will get through for a hit. And now the train keeps on moving for the Mustangs. They'll move to the number 9 hitter in their lineup, Hayden Goodwin.
Yeah, so that error really hurts now. That's Now you got the 9 batter up. Even if he makes an out, you go over to the 7th inning with the top of your lineup.
So I have a meeting on the mound. We'll go ahead and wait to see if we're going to see a pitching change. They are going to give the air to Parker Robinson, by the way. So that'll be his 7th of the year, I believe. Yep, 2 today, 7th of the year. And it looks like they're going to keep Kopersinski on the bump. Just talking about the situation here with 2 outs, runners on first and second, and how to handle this with Hayden Goodwin here at the dish. First pitch, missing for ball 1. Ground out, air single, and now this one up the middle. Robinson wasn't able to get it, but they throw to first after it was off the glove of Kopersinski, and now Kopersinski is hobbling off of the mound. We'll keep an eye on that as he hobbled off after making that play. It hit him. I didn't see where it hit him, but he got hit or ricocheted off of him. He might have been trying to field it, and then as he was coming off of the bump, trying to make a play to first base, and he does so in time. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. You're watching Baseball 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
I was born, raised, started the family, and worked my nearly 30-year career in law enforcement, both as a local police officer and as an ATF agent, all here in Lake County. I promise to lead differently, restore the public's trust in the Sheriff's Department, and to build a world-class police organization that is focused on serving you. In this election, Lake County residents have a different choice, a better way. I'm Jason Gore, and I approve this message.
Hey, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Lake Central. Batting lineups tonight are brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. Scheduled hitters for Lake Central: Braden Walls, Jacob Forstick, and Tyler Tuffedall. All knotted up at 1. Munster had their opportunities. Lake Central with 3 errors in the game. Munster can only scrape across one run. Lake Central thought they had an inside the park home run. That got taken off the board.
Number 19, Braden Walls.
Appreciate you tuning in from wherever you may be tuned in from on a Friday evening. Walls has had 2 tough luck outs here in this one. Now he comes up leading off an inning, so he doesn't have to worry about anybody getting doubled off of first base. He has lined out to the second baseman both times. The first time almost created a pick-off or a double-off at first. The second time it did. 1-0. Awkward swing, went around, 1-1.
Yes, I don't know. Without a runner on, this would be beneficial for him. He's been hitting them more up the middle. Well, with a runner on, Craig's been shielding up the middle in case of stolen base or anything. Both hit right at him. Maybe he can get it by him now.
1-1 in the turf. 2-1. Sun still beating down here in St. John. That pitch in there for a strike. 2-2 on Walls. Coming in, batting 382 on the year. Like to get a good knock here after a couple of rips right to second base. 2-2. Upstairs, and another full count. I don't have an exact number on how many times we've seen this tonight, but it's been a fair amount. And it works out for sports director Mike DeWan. He likes long at bats. Here comes the full count pitch. This one on the ground, off to short. Schasberger picks it up, throws across, and gets the out at first.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like anybody can just really nail up the ball. It's been even the hits have been soft and.
Not sure if the exact temperatures are having a factor in this one here. First pitch and a 4-stick. Misses outside. Bevel delivers. Upstairs now 2-0. Lake Central has drawn their fair share of walks. They've had 3 today.
Yeah, Forstick really got to be looking for something to drive here. He should be looking fastball that he can hit hard.
7 base runners tonight for Lake Central. And they've only been able to get 1 across the board. 3-0 on Forstick. Came in Ben 3-10 on the day. He's 0 for 2. A ground out and a fly out. I'd like to get a knock going here. Called strike. Can stay with us after the game. We got awards we're going to hand out. Here's a 3-1. In there for a strike. 3-2. Forstick definitely wanted to wait. He's like, that's close. He may call it, and he sure did. Bevel. Can he come back? 3-2. This one on the ground to first. Bevel does as Southwell steps on the cushion for out number 2. Bevel had him 3-0. Comes back, gets the out.
Now batting first baseman number
So now Tyler Tuffetall. Ground out in a walk that scored the only run for Lake Central. After a wild pitch and a single and then a fly out. This one high chopper, and it'll stay a fair ball, and it'll roll foul after Crowley couldn't corral it with the bare hand. But it hit. He touched it in fair territory first. So the question is going to be, do you rule that a hit, right? Or do you rule that an error since he touched it?
Yeah, I just had a hard time picking it up. It's still a hit.
Okay. I'm all for it. That's what I would have ruled, but check with the experts.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough play. Probably should have just let it go to see if it would roll foul. Wasn't going to have a play.
We're going to have a courtesy runner come in here. Looks to be number 10 for Lake Central. That'll be JT Rosansky. As everyone in the press box feverishly writes in on their scorecards. Andrew Brower digs in. Bevel fires. This one kicks away, gets behind the umpire. So a wild pitch, and now Rosansky able to make his way down to second base on the wild pitch. Lake Central once again gets a runner in scoring position. Can they capitalize? Brower singled his last time up. Wouldn't mind doing it again here. Pitch in there for a strike. Evens the count at 1.
He's getting a pretty good lead at second base there.
Bevel checks on Rosansky at second. Sees that lead that he's got. Checks it again. Kicks and fires the 1-1. This one fouled away off to the left. No chance for Mike DeWan to grab that one. Thought about it, though. His reflexes were cat-like. It's impressive. He learned early on, though, you protect the equipment first.
1 and 2. You should be looking for something curveball outside here.
This one skips in.
Fastball low, yeah.
For Brower. Brower trying to do a little bit of damage. 2-2 the count with 2 away. Runner on second base.
Craig at second, all the way on the outfield grass.
Here's the pitch. On the ground, and it's fouled off of him, although the way the umpire was reacting, he was making it sound as if, I don't think that actually hit you. That might be a fair ball. And if they play it cleanly, right, isn't that kind of how he jumped?
Yeah, that's...
Kind of felt like that might be a fair ball because he said, get out of the way, sir. But it ended up being picked up foul anyway, so all for naught.
And the hitter didn't run, so he apparently felt it hit him.
On a day like this, I'm sure you'll know. 2-2. Outside, runs the count full. Should have started keeping track of this, how many full count pitches we'd have in a game.
I don't have them all. I was keeping balls and strikes, but...
Probably ran out of lead over there in that pencil. Big pitch coming here. The payoff from Bevel. Fouled away. Almost even on the scoreboard. Munster 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. Lake Central 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors though. Another payoff pitch. Low for ball 4. And now this will bring up Connor Friesma, the junior. But we'll have a meeting out there. Short-lived, though. Is Friesma going to have a quick chat with his coach, Coach Schwartzentruber?
So base hit and a walk. Looking for a fastball. For the pitcher doesn't want to fall behind again here.
Friesma with the only RBI for Lake Central here today. That pitch
fastball low.
Yep. This one lined into right, and it bounces in for a hit. 1 run is in. Lake Central takes the 2-1 lead. Off the bat of Connor Friesma, and the Lake Central student section going crazy.
So Brower got a real good read. It's 2 outs, so he's running hard anyway. He doesn't even hesitate to get to third.
So runners on the corners. Friesma, 2 RBIs. Lake Central, 2 runs. And now Munster will have a meeting on the mound. We will wait to see if they make the change or not. Coach Mikolajczyk out there meeting with his whole infield right now. Lake Central takes the 2-1 lead. Nobody warming in the Munster bullpen at the moment. Now Mikolajczyk waiting for the umpire to come out and shoo him away, and we'll see if the pitching change happens here or if he's going to leave him. Looks like he's going to leave him. You know, this is one of those... You know, you go back to 2003 with when the Cubs were in the playoffs. A lot of people said that, this is where Dusty Baker should go out and try to talk to his pitcher, right? Try to calm him down a little bit. So this is one of those moments where, some things just don't break your way. You got to go out and talk to your pitcher, talk him, give him some encouragement. Say, hey, we got this. You got 2 outs. Let's go. Just get out of this, and we'll get you in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, they have the top of the order coming up, so they're in good shape as though they're thinking. So if they can get out of here with just 1 run, they're going to be really happy.
First pitch into Sanchez, misses outside. And I would imagine if you're Coach Mikolajczyk, you're also looking at Bevel and saying, Hey, don't worry about those runners. Just attack the hitter here. So 0 for 2 on the day is Anthony Sanchez looking to break through here. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one chopped right back to Bevel. The throw to first. He takes his time and gets the out. He definitely was starting to rush it up in his head. Kudos to Crowley for calming him down a little bit, saying, hey, just throw to first. Make a nice soft toss. But Lake Central gets the run in the bottom of the 6th inning. And now Munster, with 3 outs to play with, needs to tie or take the lead to continue the game. We go to break. You're watching Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Meet Scott Miller, a lifelong Northwest Indiana resident. Scott has spent his career serving his community as a teacher, school leader, and superintendent of Hammond schools. Today, he serves as chief of staff for the city of Hammond, helping lead operations and guide decisions that impact local families every day. Known for tackling tough challenges and making responsible, honest decisions, Scott is ready to bring steady leadership to the Lake County Council. Scott Miller, responsible, experienced, ready.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome you back. Top of the 7th inning here at Lake Central between them and the Munster Mustangs. Look at a region replay here for you. Driving in those runs from Connor Friesma. Or driving that run, I should say, from Connor Friesma. As he posits that one out into right. Runner comes scampering home from second base. Rosansky making his way in, and Lake Central takes the 2-1 lead. We do have a pitching change for you. Justin Makowski comes in for Lake Central to try to close this thing out, so that will close the book on Kopersinski, who finishes with a line of 6 innings, giving up 4 hits, just 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. That was part of your winning recipe, right earlier, Dad? Less walks, more strikeouts.
Yeah.
And now leading things off, Caden Adley, the top of the lineup for the Munster Mustangs. First pitch, and the leadoff hitter and third baseman, Caden Adley, is missing for ball 1. Batting lineups tonight brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Missing outside, 2-0. Adley, Guaramato, and Craig, your scheduled hitters here on the top of the 7th inning. And Munster's got to tie this thing to go any further than the 7th. That's a strike on the outside part of the plate, 2-1. Do have action in the Munster bullpen as well, just in case they do go to a bottom of the 7th inning. And that's what Munster's hoping for. This one on the ground. Villegas scoops it up, tosses across, and gets the out at first for 1.
Yeah, nice fundamental play. Second base right there. Kept his feet solid. Field it, throw it to first. Don't do anything too much. Just make your plays.
I think he got down to that pickleball stance. What do you think?
Yeah, he was. It all starts with good balance.
Guaramato 1 for 3 on the day. Singled and scored a run in the 3rd. First pitch missing outside to him. So I've kind of seen that these two batters here willing to take that first pitch way outside, but then comes back and delivers something these guys are thinking they want. Everybody wants to be the guy, right? As first baseman creeping in a little bit. The corner infield, I should say. Tough it all, and Sanchez creeping in because kind of giving some signs that he may try to lay this one down here.
He's moving his hand up the barrel.
Yeah.
And then coming back. I think he's just trying to draw him in.
Here's a 1-1. That one skips in. So 2-1. Nice stop there by Walls. And he did not get the bat around as they appeal down to first. Makowski gets the sign that he wants. Kicks and fires the 2-1. On the ground left side, it'll be a foul ball. So evens the count at 2, 1 away. Top of the 7th inning, Lake Central trying to close this one out. Always want to get a win against your rival.
Yeah, Mikowski just got to keep throwing strikes here. You don't want to walk batters with the top of this lineup up. That's for sure.
Donovan Craig awaiting on deck. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Here comes the 2-2. Outside, and another full count. Mikowski looking in to get the sign from Walls. He's got it. Rocks back, kicks and fires the 3-2, and it is ball 4. So Munster does its job. Munster gets the run at first, the tying run at first base. And now the go-ahead run, Donovan Craig makes his way to the dish. Guaramato was 1 for 3, works the walk. Here comes Craig, 1 for 2. And that hit was a double in the 3rd inning. First pitch in as a strike to Craig. Mikowski. 0-1. Lifted in the air to center. O'Brien chasing back. He's got it. 4 out, number 2.
That was a well-struck ball there. That just unfortunately hit it right at him.
So here comes Southwell now. He's got the lone RBI for the Mustangs. Came via a sacrifice fly. He's 0 for 2. But he's got some pop in that bat. First pitch, strike. Got to think the way this game has gone, he was maybe thinking breaking ball in the first pitch.
Yeah, you got a relief pitcher, though, so you don't really you haven't seen him yet. But
0-1. Oh, it's in there for a strike on the outer edge of the plate. 0-2.
But Kobrzinski kept him off speed all day long, and now you got a guy throwing fastballs on the outside corner.
Munster down to their final strike.
I'm backdooring a curveball here, though.
0-2. This one lined, and this will get into the gap in left. It's cut off by O'Brien. They throw to third, or they cut off, heading to third, and it's runners on the corners with 2 away. The tying run for the Mustangs at third. Big single for Southwell. First hit of the day for him. Sends Guaramato all the way down to third. And now Nick Crowley, the catcher, with a chance to get some damage done.
The catcher, number 9, Nick Crowley.
So Munster guys will talk with their coach. Lake Central guys will meet on the mound. Don't forget, we got awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one. We got the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. The Crowell Companies are proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond. And then we've got the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. And then, of course, the Proud Union Home Play of the game presented by Ironworkers Local 395. For more information on the apprenticeship program, you can check out ironworkers395.com. First pitch to Crowley. In there for a strike. The pitching change, by the way, brought to you by Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers. 0-1. Ball gets away, not far enough to advance the runners, though. It is 0-2. The count to Crowley. A premier provider of roofing and siding services with over 40 years of experience. Check them out on the web at ebergexteriors.com. That's Berg with a U, by the way.
I'd love to see that curveball on the outside half going off the plate for a ball.
They're going to set up outside. Runner is caught between first and second trying to steal. They're going to let him take second. They don't want to risk that throw and the runner coming in to tie the game before they can get the out. So Munster kind of plays it perfectly.
Yeah, we called that way back in the day. Just get into a pickle, see if they'll throw it so we can get the guy from third to score.
Are we going to call that defensive indifference?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not giving him a stolen base when you fall down head to second.
I think that caught everybody off guard. But now you got two runners in scoring position. The 0-2 outside, and the ball gets away. Here comes the tying run for the Mustangs. Injected into their veins. They're fired up, and now a runner at third because of the wild pitch. And now I would think likely you got to have a coach. Is a coach coming out to talk to Makowski? He says, "No, I'm good." Still 0-2, but the wild pitch makes it a tie game, 2-2. With the go-ahead run at third, Makowski 0-2 to Crowley. Swing and a miss. And now Lake Central will try to walk it off in the bottom of the seventh, but Munster does its job. They force the bottom of the seventh inning. We go to bottom seven. You're watching Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Get Pulse technology on your team. Hit a home run with our managed print and copier services, IT and technology solutions, office furniture and design services, office supplies, scoreboards, and AV solutions.
Have you heard? Stratford Mantel was voted Best of the Region 2025 in several categories, including Best Caterer, Deli, Flower Shop, Food and Grocery Delivery, Fried Chicken, Place to Buy Produce, Place to Buy Seafood, Loyalty Program, and Grocery Store. We're proud to be recognized by our community, and we're committed to continuing to deliver the variety, value, and convenience you deserve. See for yourself what it means to be the best when you shop at Stratford Mantel.
Who doesn't love drama on a Friday night? Lake Central, Munster, one of the best rivalries in the region. And I believe we have a pitching change for the Mustangs. It is number 2 for the Mustangs, so that will be Danny Schasberger who comes in. So we'll see who took over at short. I don't know if you can see that number out there. We'll try to get that information to you. He's not got his back to us right now. Now he might. Kind of hard to tell. The red numerals on the black. But Schasberger warming up on the bump here. See if we can get a look at the shortstop here now. Just a moment. They're going to throw down to second base. Bevel had quite the evening. What does that look like to you? I can't tell.
We'll see when he runs back to the position.
Either way, Victor Villegas will lead things off. Number 5.
So Craig went to short.
I say the...
Looks like number 10 to go to second base.
19 at second. So 19 at second now. So that's going to be Hayden Goodwin. So he leaves third. So we'll have to figure out who's at third now. Who's on first? Nope. Adley was still at third. Okay, we're getting it figured out, folks. Goodwin was in left. So we'll have to figure out who's in left field. Sorry. What's that old comedy sketch? Who's on what? What's at second? Villegas fouls this one away, 0-2. We know Schasberger's the one pitching. We'll try to figure out who's out there in left. We're getting it all down. Everybody's just kind of sliding over to a little bit. Craig at short. Goodwin at second. We'll find out who's at third. Villegas fouls this one down the first base line. Oh, he's turned his back. What do we got? No, too quick. And, of course, looking right into the sun from our perspective, too. Always fun. 0-2 on Villegas, the leadoff hitter for Lake Central, who are trying to walk it off in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the first, or the 0-2 pitch. It's upstairs. 1-2. I thought you had the best eyes in the game. You can't see out there?
I can barely look into the sun and even see him in left field.
Excuses. Here comes the 1-2 to Villegas. This one chopped and it'll be foul behind the plate. Thinking maybe Oliver Swinson out there. I'm going to go with no based on what he's got on his position line. We'll figure it out. 1-2. Villegas fouls this one away.
That was really nice fouling that off. Just trying to get a piece of it to get another pitch.
Yep, it is Swinson out there. Good eyes, Mike. We're going to go. Well, at least that's what Game Changer has. So we're going to go with that. Villegas 0 for 2 on the day. Wants to get something going here, but at least seeing an arsenal of pitches here. And as he swings and misses for out number 1, and Mustangs getting fired up. 4th strikeout of the day for Lake Central hitters. And now we go back to the top of the lineup for Lake Central. By the way, that pitching change brought to you by Enigenberg Exteriors, your all-in-one roofing specialist. Visit ebergexteriors.com for a quote. 0-1 misses. I'm sorry, the first pitch misses for ball 1, 1-0. Pitch misses upstairs, 2-0 now. Schasberger has a fastball that'll get between 77 and 80 miles an hour. Has a nice breaking pitch that'll get down into the low 70s. See what he comes with here on the 2-0. Radar gun says probably somewhere between 77 and 80 miles an hour there. That's his average. I know he's topped about mid-80s on his fastball. 2-1 the count on the Oklahoma commit, Parker Robinson. 2-1. Lined at foul, 2-2.
It's almost steady diet of fastballs here, so 2-2. I'd be guessing curveball here. Try to keep him off balance. He needs to take this to right field like he's been doing. That's his 2 hits to right field.
Here comes the 2-2. That comes inside. 3-2 now. Payoff pitch. Called strike 3. And Parker Robinson will head back to the bench. Back-to-back strikeouts to start it
Now batting center field
for Schasberger.
O'Brien.
This will bring up Keegan O'Brien now. Pitch misses outside, ball 1. O'Brien 0 for 2 with a walk back in the 3rd inning. That misses for a ball. And you can we can't hear exactly what's being said, but we definitely hear both sides chirping and jawing at each other. I'm sure jawing at the hitter, the pitcher, the umpire, everybody you can name on the field. They're getting chirpy. Everyone's getting excited in a game like this. That's a called strike. The 2-1. Lifted foul, now 2-2. You got to think a little bit if this does go to extras. Munster's got a little bit of the momentum, right? I mean, they got the run in the top of the 7th. They're feeling pretty good. They were down, came back to tie it, forcing maybe extras. We'll find out. 2-2. Swing and a miss. It's a drop third strike. The throw to first is in time. Little high, but over there at first, Southwell able to step on the cushion. And we go to the 8th inning. We got extras here in St. John. Why not? It's the best rivalry in the region. You're watching Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Got extra innings here at Lake Central, as it should be between the two rivals, not too far from each other. You got Lake Central, you got Munster. Always a crowd pleaser. Everybody gets fired up for this matchup, and the fans have been doing just that. We got people all over the place. We got people down the left field line near the Lake Central bullpen. We got people on top of the football press box in the upper deck area shouting. It's getting crammed in here at Lake Central, and as it should for a rivalry matchup. And these two teams may face each other again come sectionals. Before you know it, sectional draw coming up on Sunday already, if you can believe it, for both baseball and softball. Time is ticking away here. A month left of school before you know it. Summer days are ahead. First pitch into Danny Schassberger, who's now the new pitcher for Munster. Was the shortstop. He digs in. Takes the first pitch upstairs for ball one. Makowski comes back and delivers. This one is fouled down the right field line, so 1-1. Schassberger 0 for 3 on the day. Zalea and Bevel, your other scheduled hitters here this inning. Lake Central wants to keep it just 1-2-3. By the way, not like the majors. There is no ghost runner on second base. 1-1. Breaking ball that gets in there for a strike, 1-2. Makowski seemed pretty fired up by that. He's like, yes, they got it. That foot leaning towards that third base side of the rubber. Back foot goes to the front foot goes to the first base side. He kicks and fires 1-2. This one just got a piece of this one. Stays 1-2. And those batting lineups brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. It's more than a dome. Here comes another 1-2. This one lifted in the air out to left. Going back is Forestick, twisting and turning, and he has got it. 4 out, number 1.
The ball almost tailed on him. He almost got out in the left center gap there too far. And
it's also this weird, we're getting to that weird twilight time where the sun is getting real low just above the houses out in the left field line. Obviously not a factor for him, but certainly a reflection off the ball could have an impact on this as Luke Zalea makes his way. He is 1 for 2 on the day. He has reached all 3 times, though, that he has made his way to the dish. Single, walk, reach via error. Want to know the count to the center fielder. This one lined into left, and this will touch down for a hit. Second hit of the day for Zalea. Keeping the lineup moving for the Munster Mustangs as we go to the number 8 hitter, Danny Bevel.
Now batting number 21, Danny Bevel.
What's the old phrase? Get him on, get him over. We'll see what Coach Mikolajczyk decides to do here.
Yeah, with one out, you just can't give up an out and get him to second.
Well, they may try to get him over with a big knock here for the Munster Mustangs. I used to have a note, all the different ways to get to first base. I think there's like 7 ways to get to first base, something like that. Here's a 1-0. This one popped up. This will get above us. So I'll go up. Didn't see it come down, so I'm not sure where that one was ticketed. Hopefully not near the sports director's car. We saw one. I was here for a JV game not that long ago, and there was a nice vehicle out and left to the parking lot that took a shiner. 1-1. On the ground, left side, stopped by Parker. He throws to first. It is offline, so it's going to be a hit. Really tough play for Parker, but had he gotten that, I think the runner still would have beat it out. Really nice effort play from Robinson, so we'll give that one a hit as well. You agree?
Yeah, he just had a range way too far to his right. He had no play at second base. It's a long throw to first. Luckily, the runner going from first to second didn't capitalize and get all the way to third.
Now, in a lot of situations, I mean, if you get scared about that arm, would you have normally just eaten that ball? But if he really feels like he's got it.
Yeah, Bevel, the pitcher, probably doesn't run that well. You're
zero
thinking
stolen bases on the year.
You're thinking you have a shot.
Second hit of the day though for Bevel, and this will bring up Hayden Goodwin. 0 for 3 on the day. Does have 2 RBIs. So he is 4th for 13 on the year.
Now batting number 19.
Was in left field, now is the second baseman in the game. He's got some height to him for sure. Makowski checks that runner at second. Munster 2 on, 1 out. Tries to bunt, and it's going to be a strike. Didn't get the bat back for it, so it's a strike, 0-1. Munster with a runner on second and a runner on first with 1 away. Lake Central would love a ground ball, but they are conceding that a little bit by trying to get that runner at second. They're leaving a hole open at third, and they're trying for a bunt again, and Goodwin can't come down with it, so we'll see what Coach Mikolajczyk comes up with here. Does he let him swing away? Especially with that hole on the left side. There is a big gap on the left side with Robinson shading right behind second base. That pitch just misses outside, 1-2.
Yeah, you got the third baseman staying home. If he hits it to first, I'm not sure if that runner can get to third.
Here comes a 1-2 pitch. On the ground. They throw to second. It's a high throw and gets to center. Munster brings a run in. Here's a throw to the middle of the diamond. Everybody's safe. Had the replay for you there. The throw goes into center. It's an error. The 4th for Lake Central. And Munster takes the 3-2 lead in the top of the 8th inning.
Next up for the Mustangs, number 1, Caden Adley.
So Bevel to third. Zalea comes in to score. Hayden Goodwin comes through, hits the short chopper. They tried to go to second base on the play. And we'll have a courtesy runner again. This time it'll be Peter Mihaljevic, excuse me. So Mihaljevic goes to third to be the courtesy runner. That was in place of Bevel. So we're back to the top of the lineup for the Mustangs with Caden Adley. And this is not what Lake Central would want to see. The top of the lineup for the Mustangs. Virtually everybody hitting over 315 coming into today.
Now you got to move your infield in and shoot the run down at the plate if they hit it on the ground.
First pitch, they do. It gets to Villegas. He throws to first and gets the out at first for the second out. He realized he wasn't going to get the out at home, so he goes to first. But it does bring another run, and Munster has the lead, now 4-2. It rolled just slowly enough that it allowed Mihaljevic to come in. But an RBI for Adley, and now Manny Guaramato takes the first pitch out. Nope, I'm sorry. We have a pinch hitter here for the Mustangs. And it'll be Oliver Swinson. Swinson takes it outside. 2-0 the count to Swinson. On the ground, right side, Villegas picks it up, tosses to first, and gets the out, but Munster does the damage. They get 2 runs in the top of the 8th inning and lead it 4-2. Lake Central will have their 3, 4, 5 hitters in the bottom of the 8th. You're watching Baseball Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. From the printer tray to the field, Pulse Technology keeps us moving. For more information about the heartbeat of the Region Sports Network, visit Pulse Technology on the web at pulsetechnology.com. I think Pulse Technology is going to have to send some coffee our way here in a little while if this game continues the way it's been going. It's been entertaining nonetheless. Hasn't been without its shares of oh yeses and oh nos. That's certainly how it should be in a rivalry game like Lake Central and Munster.
And leading off for the Indians in the bottom of the 8th.
Danny Schasberger still on the bump for the Mustangs. Going to try to close this one out. Again, Lake Central will have their 3, 4, 5 hitters. And batting lineups are brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. So Walls, Forstick, and Tuffedall. Scheduled hitters for the Indians. They had their chances to walk it off in the 7th. They've had a inside the park home run called out on them. Committing 4 errors, though. Certainly the one that's going to stick out the most at the end of this one. Braden Walls 0 for 3, trying to come through here with a knock. And in a big way for the Indians, trailing by 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. We're in extras. That sun's starting to set across the horizon out to the left. That ball skips away, 1-0. The count on Walls. No action in the Lake Central bullpen, no action in the Munster bullpen. That pitch misses for ball 2. Two-0 pitch in there for a strike. If you look at combined for these 3 hitters that are due up this inning, Dad, 1 for 8 today.
Yeah,
2-1. In there for a strike, 2-2. Schasberger steps off, doesn't like the rotation, didn't like the sign he wanted, now he's going to get one. 2-2. Pokes it foul. So Walls thought he wanted a little bit of a piece of it. Walls, though, I tell you what, two of his outs, line outs right to second base. Some kind of some tough luck the way he took those.
He fought off a good pitch there to see another one here.
2-2 is high, and now full yet again. Three-two pitch. Up and in. And now the tying run for Lake Central coming to the plate.
Now batting left fielder number 3, Jacob Forstick.
And now Jacob Forstick makes his way to the dish. He's got 2 doubles, 3 triples on the year. Would like to add to that extra base total here.
Right fielder playing kind of shallow, giving him the line.
Schasberger has the sign. Throw over to first. Not in time. Lights coming on here at Lake Central. For any of you old school guys, not a phrase you're used to hearing very often about Lake Central. Checking on that runner at first. Long stare down over at first. Walls not giving in. Didn't budge.
He doesn't have... What?
Schasberger brings it home.
He's got a good secondary lead there, but I don't think he's going anywhere down 2 runs.
Yeah, most likely not. Walls does have 2 stolen bases on the year.
But getting into scoring position still leaves it down a run. It's the risk reward doesn't seem like it's worth it.
Well, certainly getting in the head of the pitcher might be worth it. The 1-0 pitch upstairs. That might be what's working for Walls right now. He may be in the head of Schasberger.
Yeah, he's really checking on him, but
that's what Schasberger's going to step behind the mound, take a little deep breath, and say, "All right, I'm just going to go attack the hitter here."
Yeah, I'm Munster's coaching staff. I'm like, he means nothing.
2-0 upstairs. Tyler Tuffetall awaits on deck with Andrew Brower waiting in the wings. Schasberger steps on that first base side of the rubber. From the stretch. 3-0. Comes inside, and it's a 4-pitch walk. Back-to-back walks to start the bottom of the 8th inning. And if this game hasn't had its peaks and valleys, here's another one, a roller coaster going on, depending on which side you're on. And so Mikolajczyk will go out and chat with his bunch. Schwartzentruber will call his bunch over.
Yeah, that might be a sub out in right field, too. I don't remember a left fielder being out in right field. So Munster might have had some other changes.
Well, at the Region Sports Network, we don't like downtime. Whether it's a championship drive or a game night print job, we trust Pulse Technology to keep our toner cartridge full and the process running smoothly. Pulse Technology, the heartbeat of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Well, you have to let me look. If you see a number, let me know. We'll try to confirm it for you. It is Bevel at first base. It was Southwell, so Southwell may have moved, unless we'll figure out where Southwell may have gone. All right. First pitch to Tuffetall, who shows bunt, and it comes inside. Did he get the ball back in, or did he get the bat back in time? It appears as though he did, and the runners move up on the wild pitch. And now the tying run for Lake Central is in scoring position with nobody out, the winning run at the plate. Yeah, Southwell now in right field. Good catch. That's why Guaramato was out of the game.
You got to be looking for something to drive here now. You should be seeing some fastballs.
Fouls it away, and it came in, kind of jammed him. So even though Schasberger, I think everybody was thinking the same thing. You come with the fastball, got to get a strike. But it came in. It probably would have been ball two.
Yeah,
not the command he's looking for right now.
He's right on the pitch. So to foul it straight back just means you just missed it underneath the ball by a quarter of an inch.
Comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Got the fastball to work on that one. Maybe had a little off speed to it, a little changeup action. So 1-2 on Tuffetall. And Schasberger will step off. Runners back to their bases. Runners on second and third. That ball low, 2-2. Two and two the count. Lake Central playing Lincoln Way Central tomorrow, 10 a.m. 2-2 is in there for called strike three. Seventh strikeout of the day for Munster pitching. And now Andrew Brower, who's 1 for 2. He popped out, got a single, got a walk. Looking to try to be a hero here. First pitch. Upstairs, ball one. This one lifted down the left field line. This will get out of play. So 1-1 the count. Schasberger here on the bump for the Mustangs. Also patrols the quarterback position for the team as well in the fall. So he's bookending, relying on his arm. 1-1 upstairs. 2-1. And for the home plate umpire, every pitch. Somebody's going to be happy, somebody's going to be upset. And when it's close, you will hear it. 2-1. Comes inside, gets away. 1 run is in. And Lake Central with the tying run at third base. Only 1 away. Both teams snake bitten by mistakes.
Yeah, that's just a fastball on the inner half. You're hoping your catcher gets a glove on that.
3-1 the count on Brower. Connor Friesma.
And Brower got to be looking to drive something here on a fastball. He's got to be sitting dead red. If it's not, take the strike.
3-1. It hits him. So it's a dead ball. Runner cannot advance, but it's a hit by pitch. And now the winning run for Lake Central stands on first base. Connor Friesma up to the dish.
That might have been a benefit for Munster there by hitting him, because I think that's a wild pitch and then runner scores from third. I don't think the catcher can get that.
Friesma has been on, or has gotten RBIs in the previous 2 plate appearances. He walked, grounded out RBI, and then single RBI, which gave Lake Central the lead in the 6th. First pitch to him. He pops this one up, foul and out of play off to the left.
Yeah, he was sitting dead fastball there, looking for something to drive.
Well, he probably figures Jasperger doesn't want to fall behind again, coming at me with the fastball. Anthony Sanchez awaits on deck.
With one out, the middle infielder's playing back for two.
Runner on third, runner on first. 0-1. It comes inside. A ball and a strike. And now it pitches like this. Everybody thinks it's a ball. Everybody thinks it's a strike.
Well, it goes back to Ken Griffin. Lake Central wins on a walk-off walk. Wins the state championship. Half the crowd wanted a strike. Half the people wanted the ball.
1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Friesma trying to get something going here. The 1-2. In there for a called strike 3. Schasberger attacks him on the inside. And 2 strikeouts looking this inning, and now it's up to Anthony Sanchez to try to drive in the tying run.
We talked about it earlier, productive outs, man on third. You have to put the ball in play. Anything but a double play, if they can't get it to the home plate, ties the game up. You have to put the ball in play.
And we've seen enough where the umpire willing to give a little in and off the edges of the plate. You got to protect. First pitch to Sanchez. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Schasberger checks. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Victor Villegas awaits on deck for Lake Central. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Munster wins it. In a crazy game that went back and forth, both teams making errors all over the place. For Lake Central, it was just too many. But Munster capitalizes.
Yeah, so all the traffic they have on the bases here in the 8th without a hit, 2 walks, a hit by batsman. They were in position to tie the game and just couldn't get the bat on the ball to get that tying run in.
In the bottom of that 8th inning, 2 walks, a hit by pitch, 2 strikeouts looking, and a strikeout swinging. And it wasn't enough for Lake Central to capitalize and get the win. And you can see the embrace there between Mikolajczyk and Schwartzentruber, 2 guys that, well, I haven't asked, I would imagine have high respect for each other.
Yeah, Mikowski just 3 fastballs right there. He wasn't giving in. He was going to make sure that the bottom of the order beat him. He wasn't going to walk another batter.
So Munster gets the win, 4-3. We'll step aside. You're watching Baseball Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
I was born, raised, started the family, and worked my nearly 30-year career in law enforcement, both as a local police officer and as an ATF agent, all here in Lake County. I promise to lead differently, restore the public's trust in the Sheriff's Department, and to build a world-class police organization that is focused on serving you. In this election, Lake County residents have a different choice, a better way. I'm Jason Gore, and I approve this message.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Located in the heart of downtown Indianapolis, the newly renovated Hampton Inn is within walking distance to over 30 restaurants and attractions, including Lucas Oil Field and Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a fitness center. Why wait? Make your reservations today. Call 317-261-1200 or make them on the web at hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Meet Scott Miller, a lifelong Northwest Indiana resident. Scott has spent his career serving his community as a teacher, school leader, and superintendent of Hammond Schools. Today, he serves as Chief of Staff for the City of Hammond, helping lead operations and guide decisions that impact local families every day. Known for tackling tough challenges and making responsible, honest decisions, Scott is ready to bring steady leadership to the Lake County Council. Scott Miller, responsible, experienced, ready.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to Baseball Night here on the Region Sports Network. Munster wins a thriller here in St. John and gets the victory 4-3 over the over the Lake Central Indians. Munster improves their record to 14-3. Just a crazy, incredible ball game. Yeah, mistakes on both sides capitalizing on mistakes. But at the end of the day, there was some timely hitting and some timely defensive plays as well.
Yeah, both teams, they're playing their hardest. It's hard. It's cold. It's you're doing what you think you can do. There wasn't any big mistakes. Some of the throwing errors were just small errors. The catcher throwing one over the first baseman's head because the runner's in the way. Parker gets one at shortstop. What looked like the first baseman should have stayed on the bag. We don't really know. Just an all-around good game by both teams. They just capitalized when they could and didn't capitalize when they should have.
That's a big one as well. All right, let's take a look at our Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. They are proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond. Where do you want to go here?
Yeah, Bevel pitching for Munster. He pitched a great game. He got 2 hits, drew a walk. He actually scored the go-ahead run to keep Munster ahead. Yeah, he just played an all-around great game.
Yeah, he ended up having the winning run. Basically, he was run number 4 that came across the board, which was enough for the Munster Mustangs, and pitched a gem of a game as well. Let's take a look at our blue-collar player of the game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374.
Yeah, Friesma played a really good game at the DH. He got the hit to right for his second RBI, got his first RBI on a ground out, put the ball in play, scored the run, played a great game. Knows what he wants to do with the bat, puts it in play, keeps the runners on the bases moving. Yeah, really good game.
For a while there, it was a 2-1 ball game, and that was the 2 runs for Lake Central off his bat. So very impressive for that young man. And now let's take a look at our Proud Union Home Play of the Game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. To find out how you become a union iron worker, visit ironworkers395.com. As we got it queued up here for you. Happened in the 5th inning. Parker Robinson drills one out to right. It gets misplayed, goes all the way to the wall. Parker Robinson was on his horse and all the way in right field. They're starting to set up a relay all the way to home. And in slow motion, we'll bring you the play. You be the judge. Does he get on the plate? We'll find out. Umpire says not today, and he will punch out Parker Robinson on what we thought might be an inside the park home run, which would have been huge for the Lake Central Indians, but it was not to be. So that was our play of the game, brought to you by Ironworkers Local 395. Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Our operations manager is Rich Castillo. Coordinating producer is Zach Miller, and our sports director and on-site producer today, the great Mike DeWan. Our cameraman today, Aaron Svetlin, doing a great job out there in the elements as always. And then, of course, your broadcast crew, myself, Michael Brenner, along with my dad, Ron Bradner. Happy to have you along. And, of course, we want to give thanks to the coaches, Coach Mikolajczyk and Schwartzentruber, for helping us out get ready for the action here today. for Munster and Lake Central, and then of course the athletic directors Mike Schultz, and Chris Enyart for Munster and Lake Central, respectively. And, of course, you, the viewers on Region Sports, YouTube, Facebook, and the IHSAA Champions Network. Without you all, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So please keep tuning in. In fact, tomorrow we've got opening day coverage over in Crown Point for both baseball and softball for the youngsters. So stay tuned for that. We've got plenty of action coming up tomorrow from the Hub City. For that, Lake Central drops one against the Munster Mustangs, 4-3. You're watching Baseball 9 on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tonight's broadcast is made possible by Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Crowell Insurance Company, the insurance superheroes. Ironworkers Local 395, proud to be union. Four Seasons Mechanical, quality and comfort is our guarantee. Boilermakers Local 374, earn while you learn. Pulse Technology, leading the way in technological innovation for over 70 years. Visit Michigan City LaPorte, closer than you think, better than you imagine. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Mark Macknick, Chicagoland.